What's going on, everybody? Tim from Tirfon Orbital. So this is going to serve as a very quick demo video for the client. This build was a very special and unique opportunity for me in that this hilt will be going to the Ronald McDonald house and hopefully be in the hands of some young padawans, and then they will be able to swing around a real lightsaber. So some background on this. A user on Facebook posted about a month ago that they had some empty hilts that they were looking to donate, and they were looking for, installer services, or really, anyone that could help get them, in semi-working order, so that we could put some smiles on some kids' faces. So I immediately offered my services for one hilt to do a full install, Proffie board install on a hilt, and I selfishly chose or suggested that I get the Mara Jade because I have not yet put hands on a Mara Jade. I've always really liked the look of the Jade. I just haven't had a chance to install one yet. So I don't actually know where this Mara is from. I think it's a saber forge. The client wasn't quite sure either, so we're going to go with saber forge, I hope. So let's talk about it. Okay, so we'll go up top. We'll come up top. This is the Mara Jade. Typical. We've got, you can. I mean, obviously, it's a very unique hilt, so it's Mara Jades. We do have a cover tech. Excuse me. We do have a cover tech wheel around back. A very small control box. I did set this up with a single button setup. There was a broken. So the hilt came to me in pretty bad shape. There was an install previously in this. It wasn't very ideal, the install. It wasn't working, obviously. So I gutted the entire thing and set it up with a removable chassis. The LED was broken. There was no button. So it was in pretty bad shape, right? So I added a new button, wired up the LED. I did make this a single blue LED. And we've got a removable. We do have a lit PCB from CCsabers, and like I said, it is a removable setup. So I might as well say this will be going to Fluke Skywalker. Now, Fluke does a significant amount of charity work. You've probably seen him on social media. He looks like Old Man Luke. The resemblance is uncanny. Yeah, this will be going to Fluke. So to Fluke, let's go over how to use this hilt. Okay, so to install your chassis, you want to unscrew the pommel. Okay, here is the chassis. It is a small removable chassis. The chassis makes a connection to the rest of the hilt through this PCB connector here. Okay, so to use your chassis, you want to take your battery. Make sure the flat part of the battery is facing towards the speaker or wherever this spring is. This is your negative. Put your battery in. There is a kill switch just underneath or in between the Proffie and the speaker. You want to hit the kill switch.
Welcome to the dark side.
And you're going to hear like an audible cue. That's how you know that the chassis is on. Okay. So once your battery is in, you want to take your PCB side and slide it into the bottom of the chassis until it stops, okay? And then you want to take your pommel and screw your pommel in all the way until your pommel stops, okay? And then you're good to go, okay? So let's come down to the bottom here. So, as I was saying, this is going to be going to Fluke Skywalker. Fluke he does a lot of work, charity work. I've actually known of Fluke's exploits through Emitter. I've been on Emitter for forever, in one iteration or another, and I've just, for the past, probably, obviously since the sequel trilogy started, Fluke has been, I've seen his posts on Emitter. And the resemblance, like I said, is uncanny to Old Man Luke. So this will be going to Fluke. So to you, Fluke, that is how to use, just a quick another quick rundown on how to use it. So I showed you how to put the chassis in. This is a single button setup. So while the saber is off, to change your fonts, it's a long press of your button and release while it's pointing up. Okay, so
That is the sound of 1,000 terrible things heading this way.
so when you find a font that you want, you can either single press to turn it on and single press to turn it off, or you can twist to activate. And then twist to deactivate. To go back in fonts, you hold it, you point it down towards the ground.
The Emperor's Hand.
And long press, and it'll go the other direction for fonts. Let's put a blade in it, okay? So this is a NeoPixel setup. You're going to need a NeoPixel blade. I believe the client is going to be sending that to you separately, or the donator, excuse me. So to put your blade in, you want to rest your blade. There's some pins, some brass pins down in that emitter. You just want to rest the blade on those pins. There is a set screw above this black thumb screw. I will send this hilt with an Allen key. I happen to have the right size Allen key for this. I really was hoping to get a thumb screw for the blade because I know this is going to be, you know, kids are going to be handling this. And I thought, well, maybe it would be easier if the kids had a thumb screw they could put a blade in with. But I'm assuming that you're going to be supervising anyhow. So you can probably put the blade in for them. So you put your blade in, tighten that retention screw, and then you're ready to go. All of the clashes work. To do lockup, you want to hold down your aux and clash. And twist to deactivate. Let's see what else we've got on here.
Let's get out of here before more droids show up.
So just a bunch of different, I think I kept it to mostly canon stuff. Mara Jade's font is on here.
No Jedi.
This is Ashoka. So just a lot of old, you know, not old, but just canon, a lot of canon stuff on here, with the exception of Mara Jade's font, which is the purple blade. So that's pretty much it. I do want to take a chance to say, you know, I'm very humbled and grateful that I was able to be, you know, offer up my services. I hope we get to see some pictures with some young padawans swinging around a NeoPixel lightsaber. It's always fun, in my opinion, to see a kid's face the first time they light up a NeoPixel blade. It probably looks the same as my face every time I light up a NeoPixel blade. So, to the client and to Fluke Skywalker, thank you both for trusting me with this build. To the viewers, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get to see some pictures of this hilt in action. And with that being said, may the Force be with you always.